Hello, welcome to our show. It's your homies on the couch and we letting you know we're the Lucid Luminaries and we're about to blow. Now sit back, eat a snack, let's get on with the show. Hello.
Hi.
And welcome everyone. You are tuned in to Lucid Luminaries. And right now we do another movie night. Watching Kingdom Hearts Key back cover. And we got the boy Q over here.
Hey guys.
Doing some editing in the background. But we're on our road to Kingdom Hearts 3 and this is one of the fucking hurdles we gotta go through. Another movie. So, Q, to explain this one to you, I don't think you really need any knowledge because this is like a story that happened, I don't know, I'm guessing like 100 years before or some shit. So, this is like before the first Keyblade War. So these people lived in this city. But, anyways, enough talking. Let's get to this movie. Sure, we'll do some subtitles for everybody out there. Look at that HD book. And if you want to find out the rest of the story, you can download the mobile game, but seriously, who's got time for that? But this movie right here is kind of like a... It's from the perspective of the Foretellers, who are like the group leaders. There's about 5 of them. And this is like their struggle and... I guess not really struggle, but from their perspective. But playing through Kingdom Hearts Key, or whatever it's called now, Union Cross... There's a huge, I guess, narrative or whatever. But they just recently showed Maleficent back then. Along with, I want to say Marluxia. But he's going by Lorium. And they showed Larxene, who's going by Elrena.
Because it's opening up Final Guide.
Yeah, there's a whole different, I think, a continuation. Well, you get to play as one of the Keybladers.
Yeah.
Going through, but you get to like witness the Dandelion group, who's like a new group that's supposed to be for after the war happens. But I totally forgot about all this shit.
What is this?
It's kind of the mobile game, the interface of what it looks like.
Oh, that's neat. But it's remastered, right?
Well, the one that we're watching is more of the perspective through the leaders.
Yeah.
Before all the shit happened and what they learned before.
Yeah.
So, like, they end up fighting and everybody ends up dying because they all fight each other. Case of Lushu.
So that makes you the indisposable number 7. Huh. Come on, it's simple. U6 plus me is 7. Wait, don't tell me I don't count.
No.
So this guy right here.
Here, take it.
He's called the Master of Masters.
In the Master's playful and mischievous way, he gave his apprentice Lushu a very important role. What seemed like a simple task was the element that would connect all of the events to come. Long, long ago, all the worlds were still one. One day, this would be called the Age of Fairy Tales. It all began here in Daybreak Town. The Master of Masters had an eye that gazes into the future. He bestowed upon 5 of his 6 apprentices a copy of the Book of Prophecies, in which was written the events to come.
The case of Ira.
So, did you look through the book?
Yes, but I'm still analyzing it.
Wow, no quick skim for you, huh?
I just prefer to be thorough. Master, is what it says in the last passage true?
Oh yeah, that. Hummer, huh?
Yes.
By the way, if one day I suddenly disappear, I'm counting on you to keep the others calm, okay?
Huh? Disappear?
Vanish, dim, fade. I don't know how to explain it. It's just hypothetical talk.
Okay.
This world is full of light. It's a world comprised of many smaller worlds, all connected, stretching as far as the eye can see. One great light protects us all throughout this vast land. All worlds share one light, one fate.
I take it you're talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Yep, you're right on the money. People believe that the light that is Kingdom Hearts will be here forever. But if it were to disappear, the world would be enveloped in darkness.
I understand. That is why you granted us these keyblades. With these, we can spread the teachings of light. And we can protect Kingdom Hearts from darkness.
No, they're not for protecting Kingdom Hearts.
Huh?
The final passage reads, "On that fated land, a great war shall transpire. Darkness will prevail, and the light expire."
Isn't it our duty as keyblade wielders to prevent this war from taking place?
Not possible.
What?
You really think you can change the future?
Then, what do you want us to do?
We have to focus on what comes after. There's no use thinking of ways to change events that we know are gonna happen.
But what about all of those who are here now? And the ones who will be here when the darkness finally comes? Are we to abandon all of them?
Come on, are you telling me that you think the world can be saved by just 7 people?
We have to at least try. With enough keyblade wielders, we could...
Well, if you want to give it a shot.
Yes.
Alrighty, good luck.
He's a very sarcastic fellow. But they never do show his face.
And so the reliable Ira, who wore the mask of the unicorn, was given his role to take over for the Master and to lead the others.
It seems like Final Cut.
Similarly, the virtuous Envy, who wore the mask of the snake, was given her role to watch over the others with a fair eye. The fearless Aced, who wore the mask of the bear, was given his role to support their brand new leader, Ira.
Oh yeah, because it's at the back doing like...
The prudent Ava, who wore the mask of the fox, was given her role to prepare exceptional keyblade wielders for the world after. The cool-headed Gula, who wore the mask of the leopard, was given his role to uncover the mystery of the Book of Prophecies.
Yeah, it's making prophecies.
Lushu, the first of the apprentices to be given their role, watched his companions from afar as they learned what it was that they were meant to do. Then, he disappeared. Not long after that, the Master vanished, dimmed, and faded without a trace.
It's the Starlight Keyblade.
This is where your story began. The story of your very own adventure. 5 of the Master's apprentices armed themselves with the Book of
Did I just
Prophecies.
fart in like our live
They
stream?
each created a union.
if they heard it.
More likely.
This would fulfill his wishes. Then, they set out to rally Keyblade wielders just like you. By defeating Heartless, the monsters of darkness, they would gather light.
I mean, this whole movie thing is just animated so beautifully.
There's a traitor among us.
Are you certain? What proof do you have?
Oh shit.
I found this sniffing around.
Is that a dark Cherothy? Is that a nightmare? Master, did you make this? It's so cute!
Well, things are gonna get pretty hectic around here soon. But this spirit Cherothy is gonna make your lives much easier. Hopefully.
Spirit?
You could say they're like cats or dogs. And they'll be your loyal pets. Every wielder will have one of these adorable little guys at their side. They're here to help, so play nice.
Okay.
Oh, right. Before I forget. If a wielder is overcome by malice, or rather if their heart is tainted by darkness, their adorable little spirit will turn dark and become a nightmare.
So you're telling us that if we see a nightmare,
Someone has fallen into darkness.
Exactly. And if you don't stop this renegade spirit, it'll plant darkness in the hearts of others. And you'll have an army of nightmares on your hands. Beware.
So, if we see one of these nightmares anywhere, we have to get rid of it on the spot.
No! I won't let you do that!
No wonder you ended up as the bear. You're scary.
Your point?
Maybe you can growl at them.
Don't insult me!
come on, Hassan. You won't know if it works unless you try.
Please tell me you're joking. It's not me!
What was said?
There's an easy way to solve this. If we all summon our spirits, then we'll know.
Unfortunately, there are countless wielders in our unions. It would be easy for any of us to summon a Cherothy that isn't a nightmare. I'm afraid that your suggestion wouldn't help us get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, in that case, who's to say that the nightmare you saw belongs to one of us?
Yeah.
It could belong to anyone in our unions.
That's highly unlikely. Do you recall the tool the wielders were given in order to make them stronger? We generally don't concern ourselves with what they have at their disposal. However, I believe those tools were the nightmare's doing.
The bangles. I know when they're equipped, they have the power to collect dark energy. But I thought we all agreed that was okay.
Collecting is fine, but using that power is the equivalent of using the power of darkness.
It's a brilliant plan. Everyone knows that all spirits look the same, and wielders exist in spades. There's no way to tell.
Oh no. Everyone's already equipped their bangles.
So what now? How do we find out who's behind this?
Seeing as those bangles couldn't have been acquired by just anyone, I believe it's one of us here in this room.
No, Ira. I respectfully disagree. What proof do we have that the bangles are tied to the power of darkness, or if a nightmare is to blame? We shouldn't simply jump to conclusions.
Straight up.
Ira, some leader you are. You've managed to plant seeds of doubt in all of us with that speech. What? Did you expect the traitor to give themselves up with that accusation of yours? That was foolish.
Said, that's quite enough.
It looks to me like the Master made the wrong
Wait, this is a
choice.
movie.
Wait,
Yep.
where do you think you're going?
That was a game.
No.
I think we're done here. I trust you'll keep us all updated.
Basically, their master ended up disappearing, and they're talking about
I hope
the little
I
cat
hope
people
we can all resolve
called
this.
Cherokees. And they gave one to every wielder, but if one of those wielders ends up
That
going to
didn't go as
darkness, and
expected.
Cherokee will turn into
What's wrong, Ira?
a dark version of that
This
called a
isn't
nightmare.
like you.
So they ended
A
up
lost
finding
page.
one, and they're trying to figure out who.
Something's
Rock
missing
this
from
thing
our
about.
book of prophecies. Each of our copies were said to contain the events of the future. But this incident, well, it's nowhere to be found.
And how does this whole thing with the traitor tie together?
Like I said, it's nowhere to be found. In my book.
Ira, are you implying that someone is in possession of the missing page? And the person with the complete book is the traitor?
There is something going on, and a page is suspiciously missing from the book. It's not so far-fetched to assume that the one who has the lost page has been turned, that they have fallen into the hands of darkness. Trust me.
There seems to be no record of it in my book either. You may be onto something. I wonder, could this have been the Master's plan all along? To grant the lost page to only one of us?
We have no way of knowing. The Master is gone.
I understand what you're saying. I promise to keep a close eye on the others. I will keep you informed, as always.
Thanks.
Of course. After all, that is what the Master asked of me. And Ira, may your heart be your guiding key.
The Case of Envy.
So, to sum it up, I'll need you to observe the others. Easy breezy.
All right.
Like I said, Ira may have to take over for me. But don't be shy. Just be fair. And do not be afraid to speak up. Even though I say observe, you'll need to be the mediator. Make sure people get along.
I understand, but without you or Luciu, to form and maintain our own unions is... it's a little unnerving, to be honest.
Oh, come on. Lighten up a little. Maybe I'll never disappear. Wait. Do you want me to go?
What? No, of course not.
I was just kidding.
Oh, I see.
Look, I get that change can be hard for everyone. But things need to keep moving forward. And you need to keep up. Otherwise, you'll just get left behind, all alone. Now that you know what the future holds, Invi, what does your heart say? May your heart be your guiding key. I say it all the time. You ultimately need to do what your heart feels is right.
Right.
I really wonder if they go to bed with these masks on.
I was wrong about Ira.
It's like
I thought he would make a great leader, but he let me
Look
down.
at- I mean, he's wearing the bear mask and his arrows
Well,
are sticking right through
What
the
do you two
hood.
think? You don't believe what Ira said,
Same with him.
do you?
Of course not. His argument was unconvincing. It's like Invi said. He's just making baseless assumptions given the situation. There's no evidence to tie his accusations to anyone, let alone one of us.
Maybe there's something he hasn't told us.
And he needs to tell us. How dare he look at us with suspicion? We're his comrades.
I wouldn't call us comrades. Anyway, could you get to the point? I know you didn't call us here just to complain.
I want the three of us to form an alliance.
But alliances are forbidden, I said.
I knew it. I had a feeling it would come to this. So, we join forces, then confront Ira?
Confronting him is pointless. Ira won't change his mind. I know there's darkness at work. There's no question. But I don't believe for a second there's a traitor among us. Unfortunately, Ira doesn't share the same belief. He's just wasting time trying to figure out who the traitor is. The darkness won't wait, and neither should we. We need to band together now, and find a way to fight it.
Guess it makes sense.
I agree that we need to do something to fight the darkness. But combining our unions? That was strictly forbidden by the Master.
He's no longer here.
I'm in. But let's be clear. The alliance is just between the two of us right now. I don't want my union members involved.
Gula! I want to follow the Master's teachings.
Understood. That's your choice to make. You should do whatever you feel is right.
Yeah.
By the way, Ascend, do Ira and Invi know?
I haven't talked to Ira about it for obvious reasons, but I did ask Envy to join us.
You wanted to see me? Gula, Ava, what are you doing here? What's the meaning of this?
Hear me out, Envy. I want an alliance among our unions.
Is it an ultimate alliance?
Here has already agreed. Will you join us? And together we can...
And disobey the Master's teachings?
We don't have a choice. Darkness is approaching, and we need to combine our strength to stand against it.
The Master bestowed each of us with a different role, and he specifically told us to keep our union separate, to maintain the balance of power. He told us that any imbalance would lead to a desire for more power, which leads to darkness. I know you haven't forgotten. Perhaps it's you who has been tainted by darkness.
I'm tainted by darkness? Then what about you, Envy? You spy on us and report everything you see back to Ira. You really think you have no darkness in your heart after what you did?
Because that is my role.
To observe us, yes. But not to disclose everything we say and do to Ira.
That's...
For all we know, you and Ira could be allies, scheming behind our backs.
That's enough.
When will it stop? I don't want us to turn against each other.
Master Ava.
Oh, hello. Your name is F.A.M, right?
Uh-huh. Hey, can I join you?
Uh-huh.
So that's F.A.M. He ends up being one of the dandelions who's like a alliance
Something happen?
after the war happens.
Long day.
How do I
Do you remember what you asked me before?
this so I can just see individual clips and
About
stuff
why
like
the
that?
unions compete against
Click
each
it,
other
and
instead of
then
working
hit
together.
Command, and then minus.
Actually, I always wondered the same thing.
Huh? Isn't it
'Cause I
just
hate
because the
writing.
Master said so?
Yes. And as such, we must obey. The Master said so. So it is. Lately, I've really started to wonder. You once told me that you were looking for answers. That you wanted to solve the mysteries of this world.
I think we all do.
Well, I think that's how things should be. We need to question things and think for ourselves.
Whoa! You are really not yourself today. I guess even Foretellers have their off days. Hey, maybe talking about the book will cheer you up.
Not a chance.
Aww.
You were trying to pull a fast one on me, weren't you?
Oh, no, I was joking.
If you say so. But, to be honest, I think it would be great if all the unions could work together and be friends.
It's impossible.
You know, I
Everybody
made a friend
wants
from
power.
another union today. Wasn't much of a talker, maybe just shy. We're meeting again tomorrow.
That sounds like so much fun. Then, you'd better go home and get some sleep.
Okay. Well, it was nice talking to you. I don't know what's got you down, but please cheer up.
Thank you. If the worst happens, I'll be glad to leave the future to the kids who see the world in the way that you do. Let the wind carry you far, far away. My dandelions.
Envy. Have you learned something?
It seems Ased and Gula's unions are now allied.
So Ased is the traitor after all.
No, I don't believe he is.
Why's that?
To Ased, unification is a means of gathering strength to oppose the darkness. So I believe his heart still belongs to the light.
Even so, forming alliances was strictly forbidden by the Master.
Yes, and his teachings are absolute. That's why I will try and persuade Gula to dissolve their alliance.
Then I'll do it.
No. Please, let me do the talking. Your intervention will do nothing more than spur Ased's anger.
All right. I'll leave it to you.
And one more thing. Ased has begun to question the two of us. As a precaution, my reports will be less frequent. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. Please understand.
Yes, I do.
How is that thing boiling? There's like no heat source or nothing.
I think I'm done.
Done with what?
The Alliance. I think it's time to call it quits.
For what reason?
To put it simply, I entered this alliance thinking we were preparing to fight some impending darkness, but it hasn't come. In fact, there haven't been any suspicious incidents recently, and you haven't rallied anyone else to your cause.
Yeah, but...
This alliance is meaningless. Even Envy agrees.
Oh, Envy?
Uh-oh. You weren't supposed to find out.
Is Envy the one who told you to break our alliance?
Maybe. But I'm the one who decided to do it. And I've already told you why.
But we don't even know who the traitor is yet!
Whoa, guy.
And that's exactly why. I just can't trust anyone but myself.
Don't you realize you won't stand a chance against the darkness on your own?
Sorry, my mind's made up.
You need to use your indoor voice, I said. You over here trying to turn up?
Envy. You will regret this.
Now he mad. The case of Aced.
You been here long? My bad.
No.
So, what did you want?
You didn't forget, did you? You're the one who called me here.
Lighten up! I was just kidding. I didn't forget. Give me a little credit here. I was just testing you.
Right.
Now, allow me to tell you about your role. You're going to be Ira's right-hand man.
What? Ira's right-hand man? What do you mean?
Well, Ira's gonna be the new leader after I'm gone,
Hey,
see?
Is it possible
Nope,
to
just stand by.
fast forward like while you're
Don't disappoint.
scrolling to data? Or not?
Explain to me, Master. What do you mean Ira's going to be leader?
What?
Fast forward.
Is that disappointment
Like
I
I'm
hear?
watching it, but I want to like.
Did you want to be
like,
leader?
Twice this week.
No! I mean, if you had asked me to be the leader,
know
that's
that's
a
the
different
speed, but
story, but
that's
I
actually
wasn't
second
trying.
You really want to be leader, huh?
Grab the quiver.
Well,
I know you want it, but that just isn't enough. Okay, any chump can say, here's a huge promotion, good job, and make you head honcho. But enthusiasm alone doesn't make a great leader. Ira needs someone like you to give him a push in the right direction.
I agree. Ira is definitely the most worthy among us. I'm sure he'll make a fine leader.
Then it's settled.
Wait, I agree that he is worthy. But why do we need a new leader, Master? Does that mean he will no longer be teaching us?
Well, I might disappear one day. Well, I might disappear.
Disappear? Why?
He's
Where?
like, what?
Speak up sooner if you're listening. It was embarrassing for me.
Yeah, see?
Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna disappear or not. It's anyone's guess
So if
right
you want
now.
to like
But-
watch it, not
In any
real
case,
time, but like
you
twice
need to
this
support Ira. We both know he's quite serious. He's always just thinking and thinking and thinking behind that unicorn mask of his. So everyone will be counting on you to
So,
spur
like,
him into action.
Is your normal speed?
Right.
So it's double the speed.
You might not be entirely happy with your role, but just know that it's the most important one. Capiche? Shall I elaborate? Making Ira the leader is all
use
good
that
in
one as
theory,
editing.
but sometime later you might think, he's terrible at this. In which case it'll be your job to step up. Who knows? Your leadership
So
might
it's
be
like
just
so
what
you're
everyone
just
needs.
scrubbing through the data.
And that
You're
is
not
your
watching
true.
it like really slow.
May your heart be your guiding key. Best of luck, I said.
That's probably why I said decided
It's been
to be
over a year since the Master left.
asshole.
It's time for me to fulfill my true role.
Now they're attacking each other. Cute. Because they're greedy with power.
Why do you get in my way?
Don't be so conceited. I'm protecting the balance, just like the Master told us to. You need to come to your senses!
If we don't do something, light will expire. Then we won't be able to avoid the grim future that awaits. We need to defy the Master's teachings to protect the world.
You're saying he was wrong?
He's not here anymore. I won't let his prophecy come true. I won't let the world fall into darkness.
You fool!
So cool. Don't do it. That's what a Cherokee is.
Abba, over here!
Envy! Assad! What's going on?
I found out who the traitor is. Regrettably.
No, that's not true!
Abba, there's no time to lose.
Now they all turn their backs on him.
May my heart be my guiding key.
They're over here just ruining the town.
Master. Master?
I see.
If you're busy, I can always come back later.
Sure. Oh, no, stay. Now, where? Ah, here it is.
What's this?
Go on, read it.
This is from the Book of Prophecies. But...
Yep. It's a page that's not in any of your books.
And what's written here is...
Your role. You must find the traitor hidden among you, and stop them before it's too late. And in order to help you find the traitor...
I get it. That's why you gave us all different roles, isn't it? If anyone deviates from the job they were given, we can easily conclude that they are the traitor. It's brilliant.
Way to steal my thunder, show off.
Huh?
It's not fair. My plan was supposed to blow your mind with its grandeur. Your jaw should have hit the floor at my sheer genius.
I'm sorry? But was my logic flawed?
Oh, you're right. So, I guess now you've earned your time in the limelight. Even though there is a traitor, act normal and keep focused. Trust no one but yourself.
Trust no one but myself. want to know what my role is? Huh? The books we were given are incomplete. There's a lost page.
Lost page?
On that page, it is written that there is a traitor. The Master told me to find and stop that person.
I called you my comrade. But never again, Gula. It doesn't matter to me if you think I am the traitor, and you want to strike me down. You knew there was a traitor, and you just watched silently as we fought each other.
Didn't everybody know there was a traitor?
I won't forgive you for that.
Was that at Diablo? The guy says, just give up already. And he's like, I'm not gonna betray you. And then guess what? He betrays you.
Like, what the hell?
Please stop!
See, the reason why darkness came was because motherfuckers got greedy for the light. Too much power goes to one's head.
Why? Why did it have to come to this?
Because it was in the future!
Yeah, find where we last left off.
You can also make markers with pushing M.
The press M?
Yeah.
This is basically Premiere.
Basically.
B is to cut. I was just gonna cut. And delete. Okay, I'm gonna save it because my battery's at 54%. It's not so bad, like, even though it's like...
Time to finish me off and make it quick.
How do I save?
That's not what brought me here today.
Control S.
I wish to fulfill the role bestowed upon me. That's all. It isn't our place to try to change the events of the future. That is not our mission. We're here to make sure that light lives on. With only 5 lights, we can't afford to lose any.
You still count me as one of the 5 lights?
Of course.
Here's the specs.
Only you could be
Oh,
such a
okay,
good guy after everything we've been
I don't
through.
think I could do Premiere.
But hey,
It's just too
I guess that's one of the reasons I respect you so much.
Premiere's, like, not optimized.
However, we still might only be 4. I'm
Yes,
talking
too much
about
like
Gula. He's using the knowledge of something called the Lost Page. He said that it contains events that are missing from all of our books. He's using it to discover and apprehend whoever is the traitor. Claims that's his role. But who knows what his real intentions are? What I do know is that I'll never forgive him for hiding the fact that he knew someone would betray us. That's the biggest betrayal of all.
I'd like to believe the Gula was simply carrying out his role. Aset, I'll deal with this matter. Please keep it to yourself for now.
Understood.
See, that's why you're not the leader, I said.
I need to see that lost page.
Why did you tell Ira? It had to be you, because you were the only one who knew where we were hiding. Didn't you think for a second that your actions could be making things worse than they already are?
And why should that even bother you? Not only do you have your union, but you've also gathered the finest keyblade wielders from other unions, and you're training them in a secret location, aren't you?
Yes, because that is my role!
I had no idea. I apologize. I overstepped.
You know, they all could have just met up and just told each other about their roles.
I shouldn't have
They
snapped
would have
at you.
like gotten through all this bullshit.
What did Ira want?
I don't know exactly. He just asked me to give up Gula. His eyes, they were scary. I was worried he'd do something awful. I knew I couldn't tell him where Gula was. Then he turned around and walked away.
I see. And Gula? How is he doing?
I don't know. He's gone.
It's charity.
Someone's coming. They're headed straight this way.
Take care of him. Ira? Is something wrong?
There's no
I
people
know
in this town,
Gula's
so what's
here.
wrong?
What?
Tell me where he is.
But why? What are you going to do?
None of your concern.
Don't.
What?
I won't let you near him.
So that's it. All right. I'll go.
It's like, psych.
Gula, what are you doing?
Something happened?
Ira was here. He wanted me to give you up.
I knew it. It's finally come to this.
Come to what?
Everyone wants to know about the lost page.
The lost page?
Yeah. It's a page the Master gave me. It doesn't exist in any of our books. It contains a passage about an inevitable betrayal. It talks about the one who bears the sigil. That's it. So, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. My role is to find out who it is.
What?
I suspected Ased and went to confront him. And look what happened.
Yeah, see, even Premier
Why are
just-
you telling me this, Gula?
Damn.
I was okay.
I have enough to think
Wait,
about,
final
keeping with the Master's teachings and my role.
It just takes forever. It's just weird.
Always walking the straight and narrow. I'm a fool for basing my actions on what is written on that lost page. Everything in the passage is ambiguous at best. That's why I need to find out.
But how?
By asking the Master.
But he's not here anymore.
I'm going to summon Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Then he'll have no choice but to come back.
Summoning Kingdom Hearts is forbidden!
That's exactly why. The only way to get him back is to break the rules. If things don't change, the entire world is doomed. But in order to go through with it, I'll need Lux. I don't have nearly enough. You always do the right thing.
Try and edit on.
Help me with this.
Well, thanks for Final Cut.
I'm sorry. I know you want the Master to
Compressor
return.
too?
But
It's
you
in
don't
my
know how
other
summoning
laptop.
Kingdom Hearts will affect the rest of the world. The Master, he forbid it for a
Yeah,
reason.
if you need
Logic.
I'm afraid I can't help
Any
you.
of those intros or whatever. Intros, outros. I'll make some customized ones for you. Send them to you.
It's fine.
Gula! Everyone's betraying each
May
other.
your heart be your guiding key.
Ghoul is on a mission to collect Lux.
Ah. That explains why Ased and Ira are as well. They're trying to maintain the balance. But that isn't the balance we were expected to keep. If everyone's collecting light solely for themselves, keyblade wielders will soon turn against one another, which will lead to the Keyblade War.
And what's written in the book, all of it will happen.
Whoa, mister.
Light will expire.
Envy, what are you going to do?
I'll gather Lux too. No matter what, the balance must be kept.
This doesn't make sense.
Ava, you do the same. We must delay the inevitable.
Right.
How will that delay it? If everyone's doing it, then it's still gonna be even more prominent. She's having a brain blast or what? The case of Ava.
What's written in the last page of the book is gonna happen. The entire world will be lost to darkness.
But Master, isn't there anything we can do?
Well, that's what brings me to your role. You might just be the only hope of keeping light from expiring.
Hope? Master, what is it that you need me to do?
Don't get involved in any battles. Forget the notion of unions. Find keyblade wielders with potential and create an entirely separate organization. Then, like the seeds of a dandelion, let them fly to another world. They will keep the light alive.
You really think that I'm the right person for this?
Ava, you're the only person for this.
I understand. Today you're here to continue with your training for our mission. This session may seem like it's familiar to you, but in a world that is different, one made of dreams.
Yeah, that's odd. See, I don't... It works.
You are our hope. A war will soon wage.
Me, it's lagging a little.
Those who strive to protect the light
4 gigs of RAM at 1.3.
will turn their weapons on their allies.
Sucks how.
For the
Max
sake
is
of
screwed
loyalty
here,
to
but-
their own
No, we're
unions.
just gonna make our programs run better.
To be honest, I don't know how far I can guide all of you.
See, I'm not even lagging.
What you must remember is that anyone can lose themselves to the darkness.
All these people just look like children.
However, there will be no winners. Everything will be lost. Except all of you who are the seeds of hope. When the time comes, and there is war, you mustn't fight, but instead you must fly away from here to the world outside. This training is to help you fulfill this crucial task. The future is in all your hands, as is the world's light. May your hearts be your guiding key.
And here we are, Q, in the case of Lushu. He's the other guy who disappeared.
The gazing eye? It's not what it's called.
Oh, what then?
Actually, no name.
No name.
No name.
Gazing or not, that keyblade does have an eye in it. My eye, to be exact. Ew! Oh, you think that's gross, do ya?
No.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, about your role. You need to pass down that keyblade to your apprentice and then him to his, so that my eye can see the future.
So the Book of Prophecies...
Bingo! The fact that it exists is proof of your success. That means you've trained a worthy apprentice, passed down that handsome keyblade, and fulfilled your role. Congratulations! What's the matter? Come on, you did a fantastic job. At least smile a little.
But I haven't done anything yet.
Good point. Guess you better get started then. Unfortunately, you'll have to go alone from here on out. No Book of Prophecies to keep you company either. I can't have you causing any temporal paradoxes. But hey, we both know you'll do just fine without it, right?
Do I really have to go alone? What about the others?
Minor details, so don't sweat it. For now, you, that keyblade, and this box need to stay out of sight. Just watch with your own eyes, and my eye, of course, as things unfold between the others. Then, when the time is right, go off and do your thing.
What's in it?
It's a secret. And, well, you see,
What's in the box?
you can never, ever open it.
Great, now I really want to know.
All right, I'll indulge you. But this secret stays between the two of us, and you have to promise never to open the box.
I promise. But why?
You'll see.
In Kingdom Hearts 3, it's basically, I don't know, who the fuck knows that we're gonna see the box. But nobody knows Q. Nobody knows. All we know is that keyblade that he has, called No Name, is the one that the villain holds.
May my heart be my guiding key.
And the box, nobody knows where it's at. But people are looking for it. And that was the movie, Q.
What? The end with the box? Such a cliffhanger.
There is no fucking ending. It's just all fucking questions. But when you play the mobile game, basically the keyboard war does happen. And they end up gathering the dandelions, becoming a new faction that lead the rest of the people. And there's about 5 different of them who they've revealed. Is F.A.M, is the guy with the gray hair who was talking with her on the fountain. There's Scold, who's some girl who ends up befriending, I think, the keyblade wielder that you end up being. And they revealed some dude named Brain. And then for the last 2, they have people that we've already seen throughout the games. one being Marluxia, but I guess before he's turned into a nobody or whatever in the organization, his name is Lorian. And then Ventus, who was one of the guys in both us who played Heroes of Roxas. So people are wondering how those two are prominent because I don't think they really explain the timeline of this. But I'm guessing it's like a legend, so 100 years or so. Shit.
Oh, I'm still walking to I don't know how to use it. I'm gonna log out of your thing. Maybe later.
But
before I start buying stuff and like, oops.
Yeah, don't buy shit on mine. But so they end up getting the dandelions, but like a big question is that how is Marluxia and Ventus there?
Yeah. If
they were there later on with Sora going through all that shit. They also revealed that there was one girl who was supposed to be part of the dandelions. No, her name was, I think, Streliza. That's some fucking weird ass name. I don't know where they get these names from. But she ended up getting killed by someone. No one knows who did it. But we found out in recent updates that Lorian, the guy who's Marluxia, pink hair, he's actually, that's his sister who died. So everyone's trying to figure it out because I don't think anybody thinks that he was evil enough to murder his own sister, take her place. So he's trying to figure it out. And in the process, as he's looking, he finds Elrena, who ends up being Larxene, part of the organization, one of the villains. And she's also there in that timeline. But people are wondering how the fuck is she there? And they just keep posing more fucking questions for a lot of people, and I don't know, it's confusing as fuck.
Sounds confusing.
Yeah, but hopefully, end of this month, we will find some answers. Kingdom Hearts back cover key. Or key back cover, I don't know what the fuck you call it. All I call it is cliffhangers. But hell, that was a lot shorter time than I thought. I thought it was going to be longer. It was only about an hour. Well, it doesn't really go into depth with a bunch of shit, but I guess it talks about the Foretellers and their falling out, whatever. Anyway, it leads to the Keyblade War. And then I guess when dandelions take over, they end up, I don't know, with the whole recoded one where they find out that now there's digital worlds they can recreate, but they're not affecting the real ones. I think that's what they started doing. And what else? They also revealed Maleficent because she was back there. And she ends up finding or meeting with some kind of person that we don't know who it is yet, but they just call themselves Darkness. And the Darkness ends up telling her about the whole time travel shit. She didn't know about it then, so she's aware of it. But I don't know, they pose a lot of questions for any of us to answer. But a lot of people are thinking that Xehanort, the main villain, is actually a pawn by somebody else, which I think could be highly likely, but who knows. Maybe he's possessed. But, who knows? All we know is that we'll find out answers by the end of this month. But, thank you guys for tuning in, and hopefully, you enjoyed this whole beautiful cutscenes with just more cliffhangers and questions. But it's something for people to, wonder about now. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next episode. Peace out, fam.